Welcome back, everybody, to NFL Weekly. Happy December. I'm Vince Algello from ESPN Radio 92.7 here in Lancaster. A lot of great action from Week 12 of the NFL season, so let's get right to it. Steelers scored 30 this weekend in Seattle, but it just wasn't enough as Russell Wilson and his 5 touchdown passes led the way to the 39-30 victory. Wilson's 5 touchdown passes on his birthday makes him the first quarterback since Warren Moon versus the Browns in 1990 to have 5 touchdown passes on his birthday. Big Ben had 3 touchdowns and threw for 456 yards, most yards by a quarterback in Seattle since Philip Rivers' 455 in 2010, and Ben was pulled with 2 minutes left to go into the game due to the NFL concussion protocol. This past Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, provided us with 2 blowouts in the early games and 1 good game late. The Eagles took on the Lions in Detroit. Detroit has a good head of steam lately. They won 3 straight games. The Eagles have lost 3 straight games, sending their record to 4-7, but still in the hunt in the always competitive NFC East. Sam Bradford is likely to return this weekend. Carolina stayed perfect as they beat Dallas 33-14. Tony Romo was knocked out for the season with that clavicle injury, so Cam Newton and the rest of the Panthers look to keep their record perfect as they head to New Orleans on Sunday. And Chicago beats a reeling Green Bay Packers team on a night where they honored Brett Favre by retiring his number 4 at Lambeau Field. But Brett and Bart Starr was not enough to give the Packers that little extra mojo as they lost 17-13 to the Chicago Bears. In an unbeaten go down this weekend, the New England Patriots played a very Brady Manning game, but Manning wasn't there in the snow in Denver. Brock Osweiler was the star for the Broncos, and C.J. Anderson's 48-yard touchdown run in overtime led them over the Patriots 30-24. Patriots got a lot of gripes from Sunday night. Gronkowski is out with a knee injury on a questionable low hit, no call from the referees, and just the referees in general were suspended after Sunday night's game for missed calls, blown calls, calls that shouldn't have gone against either team. College football playoff rankings are out this week, and it's championship week in NCAA football. Taking a look at some of the championship games for you, we got Florida against Alabama in the SEC championship game, North Carolina versus Clemson in the ACC championship game. Michigan State looks to take down undefeated Iowa in the Big Ten championship game. And USC has rallied after firing Steve Sarkisian. They'll take on Stanford in the Pac-12 championship game. Looking at the rankings for you, they pretty much stayed the same. Clemson sits at number 1, Alabama's at number 2, Oklahoma is at number 3, and Iowa is in the 4th spot with 2 Big Ten teams trailing them with Michigan State and Ohio State. Picks for you this week. We got a lot of games with playoff implications on both sides of the conferences, with a couple teams facing off. So give me Seattle over the Vikings, New England over the Eagles, the Colts to take down the Steelers, the Saints giving Carolina their first loss of the season in New Orleans, and the Giants over the Jets in East Rutherford, New Jersey. And now looking at some fantasy players for you this week. Fantasy players like myself, season's coming down to the wire. This is the last week of the season. And once this week passes, you will not be able to add anyone else to your roster. So here's 3 players going forward that I would look for to add to your playoff roster. With Gronkowski's injury in New England, give me tight end Scott Chandler to be a go-to target of Tom Brady. On Sunday, Seattle Seahawks wide receiver Doug Baldwin showed his resurgence with 3 touchdowns in the win over the Steelers. And if you're looking for another Rob Gronkowski replacement, look to Julius Thomas in Jacksonville, who is known to have good numbers and could be a valuable asset moving towards the playoffs. Folks, thanks for joining me once again this Wednesday. Make sure to come back every Wednesday to watch our NFL Weekly segment, and make sure to listen every Sunday on 92.7, your home of Pittsburgh Steelers football. Have a great day.